I figure I'll hit this video real quick. Yeah, dude. For a long time, I've understood the idea of sound vibrations and effects on people, right? I've seen it since I used to go to the rave scene back in the day. We used to dance all night at parties and shit. Um, it wasn't until this guy at a job when I worked at the on the corner holding a sign and shit. He gave me a book that talked about vibrational stuff. Now I've always kind of known that this is an entity. You know, this is something that it's something that exists. You know, and actually, I mean, okay, here's a fact, and the fact is, your body is composed of, I think, 70% water. I'm pretty sure it's like 70% water. The effects of sound on water molecules is immense. Like, it has... I put stuff on my clips. If you watch my clips that I make, I literally just put stuff about this thing. So if your body is 70% water, right? And the sound... Obviously, these sounds can change the water molecule. Now, there's other instances where this is true. I'm a gardener. I like to grow things. And sound waves can affect, the growth rate of a plant. Actually, there are certain musics that these plants do not like. It's actually, heavy metal's one of them. And, I haven't tried growing anything with rap. I usually play like reggae, classical music, or something that sounds good. I mean, nowadays with YouTube, you can get stuff that has like bird noises in the background, trying to mimic, you know, reality on the outside in an indoor grow space. So, but the same is with humans. Like, I truly believe that music can change your ideals, can change how you react to situations, whether you're angry, sad, happy, whatever, right? I used to listen to a lot of rap. In my clips, there is I'm from Dayton, Ohio, man. I grew up in Dayton, Ohio, right? There's a lot of rap music that's popping out of Dayton right now, and I'm happy because, you know, the old saying back in the day was, you know, be like Deerdeck and get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was our, if it wasn't Deerdeck, it was the Sheens. You know, Martin Sheen from Dayton. So to see people blowing up and getting some sort of exposure from that city, because I ain't gonna lie, growing up around Kettering, Dayton, Ohio, was challenging, man. It wasn't an easy feat, especially when you know, most of the people I knew, you know, graduated high school, went and did some other shit, man. Like, I went my own path, which actually brought me out to the DMV and all that shit. So, it's crazy, man. And, okay, if I have love for a music, don't think that's because I listen to something, that's how I dictate my whole life. Like, for instance, my religious ideals, right? I've read pretty much everything. I'm actually into, you know, I mean, I've read dark text, light text, the three major religions. I mean, we're talking side religions, Taoism, Taoism. These things, I'm getting down. What I'm gonna say they have similarly is there's a frequency. Like, when people pray and chant, there's a frequency that is going through your body, you know? My conception of God is very, very abstract. It's more universe. I mean, just even think and sit back and think about how small we are compared to, like, the world, man. I mean, the world's a pin drop inside an ocean when you talk about the universe. So, we're pretty insignificant. But it's neither here nor there. I'm talking about this frequencies, man. So, how I've tried to make my life easier, man. Like, I also have, because I'm doing my AA program, like, I can't co-sign, like, okay, if I like some music, I like some rap music or whatever, man. But if I'm working my program, man, how can I defend things like selling drugs to the streets and shooting people and stuff like that if that's not the type of life I'm living, man. I've actually posted up the type of music I listen to. My clips the last couple weeks, I hate to say it, y'all been an experiment. I'm adjusting the narrative. It's forcing a certain ideal out there so people can go and turn around and talk about it. Like, this is how I survived the shit in the last 4 years. It's a weird phenomenon that me and it seems like a lot of other people are experiencing. That's why I got sober. I had to make sure this wasn't a drug-induced hallucination. You know? It was one of my main pushers. But since I have, and I'm going to say this about chemicals too, those can adjust your thinking and adjust your brain, right? So something like the rave scene where we were popping e-pills and dancing to techno all night. Now I've seen this happen. When I worked in restaurants and used to control the radio in the back, there were certain times a day, like I'd put on techno music or I'd put on something upbeat because we were in a dinner rush. And I would actually watch people like move faster. This is when I was still on drugs too. I would do this shit. But that's me being cognitive and knowing that, you know, adjusting these music speeds or adjusting these things and stuff. It's all linear, man. It all works, right? Also, that's how I changed my mood. You know what I'm saying? I used to listen to a lot of angry music when I was pissed off. And just like I said with the Alcoholics Anonymous, man, now I do the opposite of what I used to do. So like, if I'm angry, I'm going to put on something peaceful to try to counteract. That's also the video or the clip I posted earlier about the yin and the yang. I'm learning about this and this balance and stuff like that. So, it's crazy world, man. Like, cause I've been thinking about the Matrix too, and I hope people listen to all my stuff. Y'all probably trail off like this dude's crazy, but I don't care. The ones that are listening, you're going to be like, wow, man, you know some shit. When I think about the Matrix, the movie The Matrix, it makes me think that like the way I'm living life now, like putting my devices away and stuff like that, that's me unplugging from the Matrix, right? Because like these people were like jacked in from the back of their head. It went to their brain, their whole nervous system. I say this because of the skid biddy effect. I don't know if it's just the algorithm showing me things so it can help my theses out or whatever, but this skid biddy effect is a real thing, man. And like, was the 6-7 for all my people that have kids? You know what I'm saying? Like 6-7, what the hell is that, dude? Is that like a secret code? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm out of it. I don't pay attention to this shit. So I try to connect with nature and stuff, man. And my happiness is outdoors nowadays. I spend a lot of time inside under incandescent lights and, you know, concrete and steel, all these things that steal energy from you, steal your ability to be able to contact with the outside world. Like, you ever tried to use a radio in jail? That shit is hard, bro. You got to be on a certain, depending on where your cell is on the tier, you got to be in a certain part of the room sometime to pick up a fucking radio station. And that rocks with sound waves, you know? Again, and back to the original thing I'm talking about. So, yes, things is crazy. But yeah, that's what it is, man. Like, ever since I moved out here, I feel like everybody judges based on the music that I listen to, man. Like, I listen to all types of stuff, man. It's not just rap music, man. I'm actually getting more in touch to, like, my drum and bass, reggae, the house music, all that stuff I used to listen to when I was younger, man. Like, I feel I started to get onto rap music when I moved because it was kind of a trendy thing. And it was just like what everybody listened to. It was like T.I. and all that stuff. It was what was blowing up on the mainstream. And really, in that time, I should have been just trying to figure out who I am. You know what I'm saying? I wasted that time. But it's cool. Like I said, everything, it's not about how much time you really waste. It's what you do today. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you do to try to improve today, man. I'm not in competition with nobody but my old self. Like, I don't care what the next man has. I'm literally trying to change who I was, you know? I did a lot of hurt and wreckage with, especially the chemicals I put out there, and I fronted it like it was a cool thing to do, and looking back on it, it wasn't. And what was it for? My own personal greed, right? Fill my pocket, maybe have some money, free high, whatever. It is different to live how I live now. And the people I used to kick it with will never understand. I pray every day that you come see the light, because this is better, softer way. Don't think I was alone these last few years, man. I was working on me. I was getting my shit together. I was focusing on me, inward, self, discovery, learning what really is about me, and how can I be an impact on society in a positive way, not a negative way, So, yeah, and it started with that frequency change, man. If y'all could change your frequency in your head, man, and if it's something as simple as listen to different music, I feel like everybody wants to emulate what they see on TV all the time, man. I'm comfortable with doing what I do. I dress how I want to dress because this is what I like. I don't care I don't have to buy Gucci. I don't have to buy these certain things, man. I'm happy with how I look. Even with the messed up teeth. You know why? Because I don't care what people think of me. I care about what I'm doing and what I'm doing to try to help the next person. And that's the frequency I'm putting out to the world. This YouTube channel is for nobody but me. By me talking about this stuff, I'm conquering. I'm conquering the stuff that's inside me. It's like free therapy, honestly. And I don't care who hops in the comments and thinks this, that, or the third is going to shake what I'm doing, man. I got a solid foundation. And that's the basic epitome of change. That's how it starts. And I'm going to watch this. I'm going to go back and watch this to see if I cuss, how much I cuss. I'm trying to work on that. It's something I am actively trying to train my brain to do. And remember this too, people. It takes 90 days to make a habit or break a habit. It takes 90 days of repetition to get something to where it becomes like making your bed or getting up and doing this or whatever. 90 days before it becomes repetition. That's how your brain works. So anyways, y'all have a blessed night. I got to finish doing dinner. And I was just thinking about this stuff, so I just wanted to talk about it, because I think it's funny. Like I said, I can dictate a narrative based on the clips I post. So like I went from being super, super gangster, and that's just because, like I said, I come from that area. I remember what it was like. Do I support? Do I agree with what they doing? Not really, man. Be safe, but I understand how it is out there. That's a lot of the reason why I left Ohio. I overdosed. I overdosed, almost died, and then I thought a geographical cure would help me not get high anymore. And it didn't work like that. I still had many other years of misery and drug abuse and pain, not only putting myself but other people through the shit too, before it clicked. I tried plenty of geographical cures, and guess what? Every time, I still fucked up. What I had to do is finally one day surrender. We look at surrender like, hey man, that's weak or whatever. No, I had to surrender and be like, dude, I have a fucking problem. And ever since that day, May 6th of 2023, I'm not saying it's been all peaches and cream, man, but I will say this. It's a lot better than what it was. So I'm going to hop off here. I got to finish dinner. Y'all have a great day.